morning guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today will be one of the very interesting and important parts. And usually I'm installing anchors at the very end on the models, because when you are rigging your model you constantly get in your line under anchor. Actually anchors work like anchors, so constantly getting caught something like line which you are just trying to pull, set up the sail or yard or something. But this model is so small and so big, so I hope it won't be interfering. But this is just an important task to discuss also, or topic. And because I need to wait until my hooks will arrive so we can work on the tackles for the gun carriages. Oh, of course we could work on the stove also, but I already decided that it will be a topic with anchors. So I want to make today essentially rig the anchors. So next time we can just install the anchor cable and properly lay it. So, and these anchors, this is from the Ukrainian store Corabel. The beautiful laser cut cleats also from that store. I just dropped links in the description under this video. The thing is that you actually two options. In the kit we have both anchors are the same size. In the drawings, or on the original Gunboat Philadelphia, there was two anchors. One was oversized and one is more or less proper size. In scale it's 65 millimeters, 72 millimeters long and 80 millimeters. Let me check my notes. So in our scale, one anchor should be 72 millimeters long and bigger one should be 80 millimeters long. But in the kit we have both anchors same size, and we have anchor stocks, laser cut anchor stocks, both sizes 65 millimeter long, so this is for the smaller anchor. So you have two options. You can just replace your anchors for that one which are in the kit, because the combination wood metal, I don't like that thing. I prefer when they are completely wooden, or so you can paint or use alcohol ink to make them black, or they are completely brass. Another option, you can cheat but make your anchor look like it is metal, but actually you can cut them out of the plexiglass, because plexiglass is stiff, very without any fibers. So it will, if you will paint it, even if you will use alcohol ink, it will look like it's metal, because it is even shining and the surface glossy. No, just it's not wood, so you can feel it. First time when I have seen a modeler, Ukrainian modeler did that, I asked him like, oh wow, what fantastic anchors you made. Is this brass? And he laughed like, nope, it's plexiglass. I'm like, sure, this is fantastic material to make anchors. But these are, they were made out of mold, because the store, I believe they were making them for sale, so they created some master models and they created lots of such anchors, different dimensions, lengths for different scales. But these are proper English anchors, exactly what we need for our boat. And I decided to go with an option. I'm replacing that are in the kit, both same size, 72 millimeters long. You just need to, let me switch to this bigger screen. No, bigger screen. So they just were cut out of the sort of mold. I believe it was entire branch with anchors. Just it was roughly cut. So we need to shape these ends of each anchor to make it proper. But they are brass. And if you want to go more historically accurate, then you have to also make a new anchor stock, because here we have, I will put properly in front of the screen, properly. We have all halves are 65 millimeters long, for the anchor 72 millimeters long. So I decided to go with this option. I want to use these wooden stocks from the kit. But if you want to go more historically accurate, then you have to cut bigger anchor stock. And for some reasons, like different patterns were used for these anchors. Even quantity of nails on the smaller anchor stock was 16 nails, 3/4. I forgot to convert it into millimeters. What is the diameter of the tunnels? So let me make it. I need something to write. 3/4. This is 1905 in millimeters. In our scale it is 0.8 millimeters in diameter trannels, because on the bigger anchor it should be 1 inch in diameter. It's 25 roughly millimeters, so 1 millimeter trannel in diameter. So if you will go this way, it's correct, proper, but I will go with faster way, just will replace what we have in the kit. And I decided to do that because in the store at the moment they don't have 80 millimeters long anchors. So that was a fate to buy just same length as we have in the kit. So I'm just replacing what we have in the kit. And today this is what I want to do exactly. I want to make anchor stock. If we have enough time, I probably will shellac our mast beam, use shellac on the mast beam, and just will make another progress. And this is what I have drawn here. Of course I can bring also drawing, original drawing. Why it is not working? Okay, it is working, good. So just made all the sizes and dimensions. I will photograph and post it on the Facebook group after the live stream. But yes, both lengths of anchors, 72 millimeters and 80 millimeters. Actually, in the store they have 75 millimeters and 80 millimeters. So my anchors are exactly 75 millimeters long. So they are in between, almost what we need. Okay, so let's cut all the parts, which we will. Actually, we can also cut short garlands. I believe garlands, proper term. So we can install them, because they are in the same sheet in our way, let's say. So I will cut them as well. Okay, and of course, in the moment I publish that list of parts and details and dimensions, I enter the store to buy actually the gun balls or shots. And the dimension disappeared, so I don't have actually the proper 4 or 4.5 millimeters in diameter. I don't remember, need to check at least. So I need to buy them also. And of course I forgot when I was ordering parts yesterday. So I need to add some to my order. Okay. And this is actually what was in the kit. The anchors, like wooden, and you have to add some photo-etched parts. Where was it? Oh, it was somewhere here. Of course I can't find at the moment immediately photo-etched parts. But okay, we don't need them actually. So let's work on what we have. First I will work with metal, we'll shape it. We need to solder 2 rings because they were welded, so we will solder them. I want to make it a little brighter, like this. And I already put my cutting wheel on the rotary tool, but I also will use my glasses, because this thing, there is a, like with the mesh on one side, so it won't crack and fly all over the place one, but that one's much thicker. I don't like them. I like these thinner ones, but they have a bad habit, crack and just spread all the bits and pieces all around you. And trust me, it's painful when you're getting them. I caught one into my knee once and I said like, wow, need to protect my knees at least with jeans and eyes with glasses. So protective glasses for sure. We'll try to do this, or we actually can use something like sanding tools, but want to try this one. But I definitely will clamp it also. Because metal will start getting hot and it will be impossible to hold and to hold it sturdy so you can work. It's also important when the part is not moving, not shifting. We'll see what I will use, or maybe it will be something like, oh, where is it? Can try also these. Something like this. Or maybe something like this. We'll see. Let's try. What will work better? And of course it's not very convenient. As I said, it is hot, so better. Yeah, I can hold it. Not that too hot, bearable. Let's say very warm. Maybe this one I already can just send. So let's switch to a different tool. Check in comments. Lots of greetings. Yes, welcome back to my channel. Who just joined? I am trying to open it with somewhere working chat because on the screen it's constantly stuck in a very weird position. Okay, just want to remove this disc, cutting wheel. Now my tool stuck there. Why it is not moving? Oh, finally. Flip it horizontally, it will be more convenient to shape it in this position. I don't like when it is beating the part. The rest I can do is file. I also have liquid for cleaning the brass, but we'll see if it won't blacken from the first try. I will use that liquid for cleaning the metal. This is actually my dream, to start cast ironing, make casting parts out of brass, not from the white metal. Because for the gunboat we will use white metal for casting swivels, because we have only 2. And for my taste, I would like to install 4. It's more realistic, because only 1 was raised or salvaged with the gunboat, but it can't be 1. I'm not sure that can't be 2 like it is provided in the kit. And maybe not all of them not completely equipped boat was, because there is in the documentations there is a letter when the request was made to equip the gunboat with 8 swivels, but any documents that she really was equipped with 8 swivels. And since at that moment army was underarmed and it was a lack of weapons at the moment, so she could carry only half of the required quantity. The tool, rotary tool you mean? I'm using my first rotary tool which I bought from the first sold model. This is Roxxon, what was the yike? IBS or something, I don't remember. The most powerful one, which can work too long and can be also like, I actually used it before as a milling machine also, and could work for 6 hours in a row without interruptions. This one can survive, because the 12 volt which I recently bought in Kyiv, it's very light, very convenient, but that one can't work that long. It's getting hot, and so it's dangerous to just break it. So this one is the most powerful one which is available. It is still available, and believe it is now even available cordless. So I'm looking at that one, but I don't think that I want to buy cordless one. I have cordless Dremel, and it has disadvantage. The battery is so heavy that the tool itself disbalanced, so it's constantly, your hand is trying to, it's constantly bends in the direction of the battery. So I like this one, it's so well balanced, even if it is with cord, it's still very easy to work. Or I just got used to it, I'm working with it so long. So I can't work like free drilling with Dremel, cordless one. With this one I can. So maybe it's just a question of getting used to it. Some traces after casting, so I will clean them too. I have some more here and here, so it should be just perfect one. Yeah, you can see this line from 2 halves, so now I need to sand it until it will become flat. right here to send. And this right here. To know how much it is visible, shiny glossy surface should be. I think I need to clean my file a little. Almost. Still have something here and something here. A few traces here. Well, I'm constantly trying to follow the screen. all the traces. On the side. Like here. This is the curly line where the two halves were clumped, two halves of mold was clumped, so you can see the traces. I definitely have to replace my files. They are so old already. They are not sending wood and barely can send metal. Finally. Perfect. Just a few more touches here. I need rounded scalpel. It was somewhere here. Good. How about this side? Oh, I think here it is much more to sand, or a lot more to sand. Okay, let's sand and make it beautiful on this side too. That is a fantastic question, what to publish. It's exactly my question, what to publish. I have lots of bottles, but I have no idea what will be interesting and how to start. If it is a column, so how to begin. So maybe you can give me a clue. What is the most important or more difficult question how to start ship modeling? What is the biggest fear of you? Yeah, the anchors came from the Carabel, Ukrainian Carabel store, not Master Carabel from Russia. We have in Kyiv a store named Carabel, carabelhobby.com or com.ua, I don't remember. Links are in the description under the video, sizes and links to the store, I mean. So you can find everything in the description under this video. And after the live stream I will photograph my notes with sizes and calculations, and I will publish them on the Facebook group with our group build. So everything will be there. Because we also will make 2 rings, we'll solder them, weld them and scale, let's say. And I hope I will finish both anchors today, because my hope is also that I will use shellac on our mast beam. I even pulled a piece of photo etched part, which is a ring of the mast step, if I can say, or mast ring. Essentially it's a mast step, or partners actually. Very weird model, don't know what is the proper term for that ring which is holding mast or secure clamp mast to the beam. Oh, my arm is already aching. Oh, I know why it is aching. Yesterday I was lifting my husband up the mast, just rolling the winch with him. That's why my shoulder is so sore. That it is painful even to hold the file today in the hand. The link is already there, I just dropped it right in front of the live stream at the beginning. So you can find their links. Just at the moment, what is not in stock right now, there is like no way that it can be restocked soon, because the owner of the store, he's my friend and he's actually quite busy with some very important stuff at the moment for the country. So he's trying to run the store still, but this is not his priority. His friends are actually doing the old job, but he's as an owner, this is his task to fill up the store again. So if it is not in the stock right now, it may not appear in the next half a year. So almost beautiful side of the anchor. Good. A little more here to sand. And it's perfect, this end. Just don't blow this dust. If you will get some into your eyes, this is very painful. will think about your suggestion. When you're asking me questions, I start remembering like deja vu myself. Oh, I had the same questions, just I honestly forgot it already. It was back 2010 when I started my ship modeling, and I actually had the same questions. What I should buy first, or what glue, what tools. So, yeah, you're right about that. Just to organize your working space for the beginning, to start building models. Oh. Now I think tomorrow I will feel it even more. Usually on the second day, the sore muscle will be even stronger. Don't know why, but it is always on the second day, always worsens. So have to repeat the exercise. No, this one I believe is just perfect. Nothing to send here. And I need to clean this hole for the ring. So I'm using my drill bit just to clean this dust. And it definitely should be cleaned before using brass black. Maybe this is just a perfect time for the metal brushes to clean a little, if I can find them. Or just plastic one, so I won't scratch metal too much. Just to clean the dust. Especially inside there. Nice. So one is ready. Yeah, good. Perfect one. Now the next one. And again, the same task, to cut first that piece of metal. Well, I need to complete the restoration of the Boreas, then I can make an article. And that will be a very big one, for sure. But yeah, this is a very unique restoration. It's improvement also. The model was empty. Just like somebody hung sails on the hull just like to make a complete look and that's it. It was completely empty. In such scale without details, it was horrible. Let's switch to the next one. When I was building models in Ukraine, my anchors were constantly missing, and I was usually finding them at my kitten's nest. He was carrying anchors in his mouth. Don't know why he liked such or had such passion for anchors, but if you have a pet, check his favorite spot. In beer, he is more ropes fella. If I will forget somewhere a coil, I should forget about it. He will play with it. That's why every coil I have rubber band on top, so he can't unbend it accidentally, and I'm trying constantly hang it on the wall that he can't get it actually. But if he is getting something while I'm looking in opposite direction and he's stealing from the table, then I can't forget about that one. Actually, I can flip it like this. time for the file. They are out of stock 80 millimeters of anchors, and 75 millimeters in the morning they were still available. All people just bought a lot of them right now in the moment I published that link. So if somebody just ordered, just drop in the comments how many anchors were ordered. And maybe if we can collect big order, I just can contact Andrei. This is the owner of the store, and ask him if it will be a big order, can he make a bunch of them, especially for us. You know, it's one question when somebody needs one anchor, another question when we need 100 anchors, for example. And if we can collect 50 people, so we need 50 orders, this is 100 anchors, so for that probably he can manufacture them, refill the stock, let's say. This one is badly messed up. So let me start shaping major shape, and then I will shape edges. Maybe sanding block will work faster. Sort of. To reshape this side completely. There is a rounded one.
look like this example. Okay. Need to make bigger radius here. Oh, good job. Closed everything with my head. Symmetrical. Yes, more or less.
That was painful. I just bent the nail into different direction. Not a natural position, let's say. little more to shape here. And still sides.
Yeah, I'm preparing also two 75mm anchors.
Exactly, as I said at the beginning, because that was the fate. 80mm wasn't available, not in stock, so that was just fate to replace anchors from the kit. And in the kit we have same dimension, same lengths for both, and we have wooden stocks, same length for the smaller anchor. So that was just fate to follow this line. Of course I could make scratch one anchor. I even have some square rods and some metal sheets to cut it, but too much trouble, too long. And I want to use parts from the kit, so that's why I'm just replacing the 70, in the scale it's 72, in the kit it is something also like that. And anchors actually are 75mm from the store.
You can see this ugly spot. Come on, a little more.
A little more of sanding. Oh, my camera played the trick. Good job. Survived entire hour. That was a progress.
Actually, this side is not that bad. Just slight touches.
Perfect.
Yes, different kind, like, you mean this sanding sticks?
They work alright
In some very tricky places, but just
when I'm working with metal, I prefer to have something stiff like file or sanding block, stiff sanding block. Because if you want to create completely flat surface, it should be something harder, stiffer than the metal. Or you just will round the edges and everything will be just wavy. So this is the point, that if your sanding block should be from the stiffer material than the piece which you are sanding. Little more to sand on this side. perfect. Just to clean some of this dust which is left probably from the mold. And we can move to the making rings. Nice. So I believe anchors are ready. Just let me sweep the dust. It's metal dust. Very dangerous. Better to vacuum clean everything after it, because if you will touch it with fingers and scratch your eye, that will be very painful. I'm thinking actually to go and wash my hands after this. But let me first vacuum clean everything from this dust. Don't want accidentally really to scratch my eye and then curse everything and everybody. I will turn off for a second sound, so you won't hear the vacuum cleaner. And give me a second, I will go and wash my hands also. Just really don't want to accidentally scratch my eye or something and get into trouble. So let's how about 1 minute break, just exactly for washing hands. And I will come back in a moment. Okay, I'm back over on screen. This one is the proper one. So what was for the rings? Wire 0.8 millimeters, and what do I have here straightened? Need something to measure. 0.75, not good. I need to straighten some wire. And I know who has my butane torch. also thin one.
Do I have something straightened? Probably not.
But give me one more second. I will go and grab my butane torch because Krum borrowed it and it is on his desk at the moment. And to straighten piece of wire, I need my butane torch. Oh, big. Not really big, but I will need it. And I can make it just in front of the screen. It's a very short piece. I hope I can. I just will clamp this twice. Okay. Actually, if I can clamp, because I have cutting mat here. Yes, I can clamp. Good. Just small piece of wire to be straightened. Can I move camera further? Or just position like this? I have actually another butane torch, but this one is it's not starting, it's not firing. Okay, give me another second, I will go and grab my butane torch. Finally. So let's continue with rings. This is what happens when you are borrowing your tools. Okay. And now just stretch. Oh, hold. Maybe that wasn't a good idea to clamp it here. Okay, it stretches. Not really much, but did. Let me move a little closer so I can clamp it properly. And stretch one more time. what actually happens every time you are warming it up and stretching, you are getting smaller diameter, and we need to get 0.8 millimeters in diameter. Should be good enough after 2 stretches. So good job. Fall off the screen. Still hot, but I think I can hold it already. Let me move camera back. And now I need to find something with diameter 8.5 millimeters. I think I have something rounded like that. How many millimeters this knife? 8.1. I think I can go with this one. So what I will do, I just will bend 2 rings on my X-Acto knife. This is just scalpel. Just this proper diameter of the handle. I need actually only 2. I made them specifically loosened that I can get 8.5 millimeters because the handle is just 8.1. So let's cut it somewhere here. One, 2, and something fly somewhere. Should be 3. Just one ring fly somewhere. Decided to run for the cover. But I will install them and solder them immediately. Where is flat? Yes, one flat. What was the proper term for this tool? I have another one somewhere. No, not that one. I have somewhere another same one. Keyword is somewhere. Okay, we'll use this one. And then I will show you the rings from the kit to feel the difference. But now let's solder them. Here, where is my plate? Right here. So my soldering plate. Let's find the soldering iron and warm it up. We need a stand for it. And while the soldering iron is warming, I will also make sponge wet. This is just sponge for dishwasher. It's doing its perfect job for cleaning soldering iron. And I have even some liquid flux here next to me, so it's good. So let me position anchors. So I can solder them. I even have some solder here. What is good? A few pieces on my side. And I need brush to apply flux. So this is liquid flux, Cap Comet flux. It is also in the description under this video. There is a list with tools and materials. It is in that list. Let's clean soldering iron. And let's solder to... Is it hot already? Yes. Come on, melt. Not melting in proper direction. A little more of flux. Or the soldering iron is not hot enough. Come on, melt. Oh, finally, I believe it wasn't hot enough. Another piece of solder. Not enough. Another drop. And I have such short wire, so I have to move my parts probably to this side. Will sand everything what I don't like. So let me clean it again. And I will put it aside to cool off, so accidentally I won't grab it and burn myself. Ah. Again, my favorite file, just to make it more beautiful, more even. And second one. The solder is very soft and easy to sand. That's why I'm just doing such touches. I'm not sanding it like so I won't over sand it.
Oh, Mayflower is waiting for me in Kiev when I will go to Ukraine
Again to visit my mom. Then I will continue. That, as I said, very long project. Because just to speed up, I'm not building only on the live streams there, I'm building off screen also. So essentially you are seeing video which what I have done behind the scene, and every live stream I'm showing you the key moments, like something important, like how to bend one plank, but the rest of planks I can just bend off screen, and etc. Like how to rig one gun carriage and the rest I will rig behind the screen. Yes. So actually that model is very interesting. It reminds me about my first model, Galleon, which I built, San Giovanni Battista. Just maybe because very similar shape, same period, so that's why it is very similar. I'm enjoying it. It's like deja vu. This is how I started, just now I know what I'm doing. And my flower just right now, a couple of weeks ago we have seen in Mystic at the moment. I like this ship. So I have to have a model of it. And then essentially we are, who is building the same kit, we are building Mayflower 2. Because this kit was based on Baker's. No, I have Baker's book, but the kit was, I actually don't know if it was based on Baker's drawings or not. But there is something different. I already found and made some improvements. Unfortunately that book in Kiev also, so I can't tell you exactly what was it, but if you will watch videos you can find that comments what was different. Let's blacken our parts. Is this big enough? Yay, it's big enough. So I can bring lower camera so you can see what I'm doing. I will need some water. All these plastic jars from sour cream, cheese, etc. They are perfect for blackening and working in the workshop. They are chemical resistant, I can use alcohol and everything else. I need also something like this. So let's blacken it. And in this case I like brass black because it is reacting not instantly. For the jacks, for example, you have to immediately dip entire part into it, and when the liquid reacted with metal it won't react further. But this one is reusable, so I can just cover each piece of the anchor in the liquid and it will blacken. Actually we'll brush it on the part because part is huge and I don't want to waste entire bottle of the brass black. So I just will brush it like this. Maybe we'll wait a few seconds, can read some comments, answer them while I'm waiting for the metal to blacken. Yes, when you are stretching wire like that, you are losing every time like 0.05 millimeters in diameter. So if you have wire 1 millimeter in diameter, after stretching you will get 0.95. Just this is minus of this technique. So you have to keep it in mind. But also quite often when I don't have the right diameter, I can stretch a few times wire until I will get the proper diameter. And every time after stretching it is losing less and less in diameter, but you still can hit it, stretch it, hit and stretch it, and one more time hit and stretch it. So actually I think I can bring it up to 0.3 millimeters in diameter, smaller. But in the end it is very difficult not to break the wire. You have to hit it a few times even before stretching it. Hitting is actually just softens the metal. If you have very stiff wire, you just can hit it without stretching, hit a few times and you will get much softer wire. That's why I prefer to buy stiffer wires, and if I need a very soft one, I just can warm it up a few times and it will be soft. So that's why I prefer to buy stiff wires. Okay, I believe it's black enough. Quite juicy black. After sweeping the chemical dust it will be graphite, dark graphite, but I like it at the moment. So let's move to this jar and let's wash it. And let's clean it now. I will keep it here. So I just will dry them and then we'll sweep the dust. We'll grab another piece of towel, dry towel. Even bear's fur here. Oh, good job. It was laying on the side and I haven't seen that it wasn't covered with brass black. And this is what I'm saying, the brass black can be reused, so how about to jump one more time. Yeah, same on this anchor. So one more time to cover it with brass black. On this side too. Yeah, it was hanging like this in the air and I haven't flipped them. Good job. With jacks, for example, you can't do this, but with brass black you can. So a few more words. Check chat. Oh, just saw a question, will you be blackening anchors or is there a different treatment? Yeah, yes, I'm blackening it. They were black, so that's why I'm using brass black, and I prefer to make all the metal parts from brass or copper, which can be easily blackened. So there's no gold metal on the ships, except that gilded parts from decorations, I mean. So that's why when I'm seeing some just parts, brass parts from the kit without blackening, it's just eye-poking. Never on the ships gold or yellow color metal was used for something. Like rings, eyebolts, etc. They always were made out of black metal. They should be blackened for sure. And this is not that difficult to do. It takes maybe a few more seconds of your time. Or, okay, a minute of your time additional, because you have to sweep the dust also. Let's wash it one more time. I will flip it this time to be sure that I washed it properly. it one more time. Dry it first, then clean it from the dust. Yeah, even almost ready part like anchor, you have to play with it before installing, then it will look like really real thin in scale. Sometimes I'm seeing how modelers are just pulling it out of the box and installing on the model. It is not that difficult just to clean all these edges to clean the traces from that mold. Then it is just, instantly gets much better look. Just worst of your time, in our case 2 hours. And that's why I'm building slow, and sometimes I get in these comments like, oh, you are building so slow, I build my model in a couple of months. Okay, good for you, not my style. I prefer to spend more time to clean everything. If I'm spending, let's say, 1 year for the model, why I can't spend 2 years to make it more beautiful, more historically accurate? I'm just enjoying this process, to play with each part, with each detail, to sand it, to literally polish it with my fingers before installing it. Then it is perfect. Just want to make it completely dry, so we can sweep the dust. So my goal is not just to put together parts and pieces into shape of model. My goal is just to make it beautiful. And this is what I'm trying also to teach you, and just to show you that, yeah, it takes more time, but it's worth every additional minute you spend for it. Just really, you will enjoy your model much more. Okay, let's see what the color will be after sweeping all these dust. Now I can take it with my fingers where I have swept it. And this is what I'm talking. When it is wooden, it is visible. When it is metal, you have this gloss, like it's metal. You definitely can see that it is metal. So that's why when I saw the combination wooden metal in the kit, like, nah, I should make or entirely wooden one, then seal the fibers before painting so it won't be visible that it is wood, or just to make metal one, or just replace it with, like with these anchors from Corabel store. Let me turn the ring so I can sweep the dust. Entire surface of the ring. So, is everybody ordered the anchors who wanted, or they are running of anchors and they are not in stock? So, if so, just drop comments in the group on the Facebook how many anchors we still need. So if it is a quantity which will inspire Andrei to make more, so I just will ask him to make specifically for us to refill the stock. So at least I believe a dozen should be, or 2 dozens. Then he will definitely refill the stock. Just it will be interesting for him to do it. Because 1 or 2 anchors he won't be interested in. getting something on my fingers, but I like the result very much so. Yes, oh yes, they are perfect. Yeah, this is what we got here. Definitely they are perfect. So let's work on the wooden stocks. And for this, I will use my favorite tool, which is constantly on my table, my disc sander manual. So I want to clamp it also. This side, which I will use actually. Right. So let me clamp it. Actually, I need to move it so I can clamp it. Yes, just perfect spot for it. And essentially I need just to clean all these burnt edges, the places where it was connected to the sheet. So this is what I will do. Perfect. Another one. Final touches will be after gluing together two halves. And same for the rest of them, 4 of them. I think I don't have enough time for the tunnels today because I have an appointment. Actually, not really appointment, this is meeting. Today our yacht club is opening the season, so we are gathering together all the members. And actually, I have a fantastic question for you. I'm running out of books, and just recently we just found fantastic yacht next to nothing for the price. Really just was lucky we in the proper place in the right moment, because we got a very beautiful yacht. We got Hinkley with lots of wooden parts and details, and I was the one who was screaming constantly like, "Kroom, I want bigger yacht, I want bigger yacht, I want more beautiful yacht with wooden interior." So be careful what you are wishing for, because you can get it. So now we agreed that I'm working on the wooden parts, all the maintenance of wood, varnish, the cleaning, etc. This is my duty. And he's working on engine, electricity, all the dirty stuff. So, because from my childhood I prefer to play with my grandfather. To go with him and work, to hammer a few nails. It was better than to play with dolls, with girls of my age. And my grandmother were constantly unhappy with it, but I was just enjoying this woodworking with my grandfather. And this is probably from where ship modeling came from. So my question is, because I'm running out of book, will you be interested in some woodworking, real woodworking in scale 1:1? So because I can show some tricks. Actually, I'm learning also because working with teak, mahogany, this is for me something new. So general rules I do know, because I also worked with a company when I was still at the university. I was working full blast and designing wooden furniture. So I got a lot of experience how to use tools there, also modern tools and CAD and etc. But would it be interesting for you to see restoration of some parts? Because this is what I'm currently doing. And this is just is my opinion that it is always useful to know something. It is still related to boats, just it will be in 1-to-1 scale. As I said about anchors, if there will be a bunch of people who want to order anchors, so I just can text him, just say like we need 20 anchors, then he will be interested in restocking them. If it is 1 or 2 anchors, he won't be interested because, as I said, he's busy with some more important task for the country at the moment. So he's trying to run the store, he's not closing it, but there can be some delays. Sometimes he's not available to contact, so he won't answer maybe a few weeks even. Sometimes his friends who is helping him with the store can answer, but sometimes they just don't know what to answer. They can't answer you some answers. So let's chat in our Facebook group. So how many people would you like to order and how many anchors we will need in stock. So then it will be interesting for him. Santissima Serenidad, that is a huge model. How many sails on her? 25 plus or more? Depends if you are installing all sails or only square and sails and staysails. Okay, now let's play with these wooden stocks more. Let me move camera a little. Now this will be the most important part. We need to cut grooves, but proper ones, not only vertical but also for this pin, so anchor stock will be in position. So let's find the scalpel, and maybe I should bring camera closer. What it should be. Definitely bigger than it was in the kit. It was off scale in the kit. Where is my pencil? The dimension. Actually, proper one. And yes, this is what I made the mistake. I haven't paid attention actually on my first model. Anchor stock, so if you have the legs of the anchor, let's say, this direction, so it should be perpendicular anchor stock to them, because I made this mess on my first model, so it should be like this. This direction. This is when the anchor is working. So let's cut it properly.
to check how deep I should cut. But first I will mark my pin also in the middle of the stock. Perpendicular to the anchor tines.
Perpendicular to this legs, I would say. Don't remember the proper English term. So it should be like this. Let me show you this. So if it is this direction for the wooden stock, the lap are at 90 degrees. So if I will throw you like this, like hold. So this is how it should be. This direction, wooden legs, this direction for the stock.
And now let's make this pins. The most interesting, how to cut them. I think I need to cut deeper for sure. So let's do the same here. Let's try. Need to make it a little wider and deeper notch.
Just much deeper. Okay. Actually, I'm curious if the thickness is correct one. Yes, it can fit. Okay, much deeper cut. Actually, I like to use something to elevate the part, then it is more convenient to work with. You have freedom around it. Deeper notches for the pins. Just a little deeper. How about now? Something like this, I believe. Yes, just a little to work on the corners to make it more 90 degrees.
Oh, good job. Better not to blow.
Now we need a little work here also. Now let's try it. Can I close it or I need to cut more? Actually, I need to widen this part. Alright. Which direction? Just a little wider. How about now? Oh, I think it's perfect match. In the middle of the screen, so it is visible. Or more to cut. Just a little more. Very, very little more. Which one is thinner? They are symmetrical. Okay, just slice here, there, and should be fine. How about now? Okay, extra slice on the other half. No. I believe I have, yes, one side is wider apparently, and I have perfect match. Maybe just slice on this half. Now it should be all right. Yes. Now it is perfect. Or almost perfect. What is not? I think a slice tiny one on this one, lower corner. How about now? A little more here. I believe need to check my notches. Something is not right here. Little more. There's some very special tools. For carving. Even got the right one from the first try. Exactly for such spots. Practically almost perfect.
but I believe I will glue these two halves, and this is it for today because I have to go change and we need to go to the club. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, now it's perfect match.
So let's glue it. Let me check the camera. Just a drop of glue. And a few clamps. Somewhere toothpick.
I prefer to apply glue on both sides, especially with basswood. This wood soaks glue like a sponge, so to create strong seam, better to apply on both sides. Glue on side, of course. We'll see in a moment. Of course. One I will clamp like this. I need to clamp something like this also. And I will find two small clamps to clamp edges.
This is how it will dry. And maybe I can also apply shellac on the mast beam. Oh, clump. Just keep one clump. Not that what I was planning to. Let me move this video so you can see the beam. This is our future must step or partners. Okay. Where is this? Is for cleaning. Where is my yellow shellac or garnet? No, since I used a lot of yellow shellac on the details, I will use garnet. This time it will be visible, maybe not right now. It is even possible to open it. Yay! Just a moment ago I had a good brush for shellac here. So let me drop these parts here. We will deal with them next time. And let's use shellac here.
Now the most interesting under it. I could bend also. I have somewhere bent brush.
Or I just can do some exercises.
I have somewhere brush which I can sacrifice to bend. This will be the best solution. So like this. Where is my mirror? I have somewhere dentist mirror exactly for such spots to check, but don't know where I have put it.
Let's see how much I can see.
Nice. So with this, I believe this is it for today. And I hope that next Saturday I will see some of you at the show, Shipmodelers Conference at New London. And who can't come, I will publish video on the next Friday, so you can see the show and enjoy the models. So with this, I believe this is it for today. And we'll see you on next Sunday. Saturday will be the show, so we will meet on Sunday. So thank you very much for coming today. Thank you very much for joining me in this adventure. And just drop me, I will create a topic on the Facebook group about anchors, just to count how many people want anchor 80 millimeters and how many people want 75 millimeters anchor. If it is big enough quantity and interesting for Andrei to make a bunch of them, so he will do it. I will contact him. If he can't, so then we can just install 75 millimeters anchors, both anchors 75 millimeters. So with this, I also want to thank big thank you for the sponsors of this channel. Guys, you are making possible to run these regular videos, so very big thank you for that. Your support really means a lot to me. So thank you very much. And so see you next weekend, guys. Bye!